Hey y'all, I'm out of the Semper Fresh Garden today. This is kind of a part 2 from my last video because I have my coffee grounds with me right now. And I'm also going to be clipping the rest of those bean remnants so I can get that bed prepared, and we're also going to put some alfalfa pellets in. Okay, so one of the things I'm going to be doing today is clipping these bean plant leftovers out and getting the rest of these biodegradable pods that didn't, they weren't actually biodegradable. So I'm going to be getting the rest of those out, and I'm going to put coffee down in this bed. I'm also going to do the same thing in this bed, and then we're also going to put some worm castings in here with it, and then alfalfa pellets. Okay, I had to take a break to put my boots on because it's muddy out here. But Chris has a cattle panel that he's going to install over there in the bean area to replace the one that collapsed last year. Need help?
Thank you. If you want to help me just pull the ends together and we'll flip it up, slide it in there, I think.
Okay.
That's my dog.
So here is one cattle panel for the next growing season in. We took all of the arches that we had in down, or by we, I mean Chris. There you go. And we are replacing them this year with a cattle panel. Last year we just used hog wire. And it worked for some things, but the bean trellis collapsed halfway through the growing season, so we had to get it reinforced. And as they continued to grow, it got heavier and heavier. So, but anyway, we'll have to put 2 more on that side right there, and then I'll clip them. And we've got another trellis that'll be here for our beans too. More than likely, that's what I'll grow up over both of them. But it's really neat to do companion planting this way. So even if you didn't want to grow beans over this and you wanted to grow something else, you could do companion planting here. But we'll definitely do beans on one, if not both. So. It's one of our honeybees. What's he up to? So we're going to go ahead and do some of the center pieces that we're going to put in. We're putting a cattle panel piece all the way in the center here. And we will have, in all of our bean beds, a center cattle panel piece. And it will have a row on each side of pole beans. And then on the edge, we're going to put bush beans. This is going to go too. And we're going to have sunflowers growing back here, because that was our original plan this last season. I guess I can say last year now, because it is 2021. But that was our original plan for the beginning of last growing season, but we had a bad rain that washed all the sunflower seeds out. So I decided at that point, because of COVID and the fact that we didn't know what the future held as far as being able to get things at the grocery store, that we would plant another row of beans here. We did not get much yield from this. The soil was just too clay, so we're going to do our sunflowers back here this year. But this is 16 feet. That's how long the cattle panels are, so we're going to get those in here. We just took the 2 dividers off of this raised bed so that we don't have to cut the panels, and we can save money on the posts as well. So we're also probably eliminating some of the design elements that I had over here just as a money saving thing. We have the cattle panels here. That was one of the reasons that we used that hog fencing, the hog wire that we had last year, because we were just trying to utilize what we had. And it worked for us for last year at least, but we know this year we want to do better. So it's January and we're prepping all of this for the future. Look at that hen coming up in my space and eating those peas. What you eating, girl? Okay, so we didn't realize that a 16-foot cattle panel is actually more than 16 feet. So we have a wavy trellis here in the middle for our beans this year, which is fine with me. Gives it a little more character. And our chickens are in here getting into stuff, so let them do their thing. Okay, so I have the area prepped now. I have a glove on because I don't want to have coffee all up under my nails. But I'm going to spread coffee. This is our coffee that our nonprofit sells that was expired because we're not coffee drinkers. I'm just going to spread it in here, and then I'm going to add some worm castings, and then we're going to put some compost on top of it, and this bed will be ready to go for next year. And this little lady came over here thinking I was spreading some chicken feed over here. Trying to see if she's going to eat that coffee. She's pecking at it. There's our other bean tunnel. Well, I don't know what we're going to put on that one. I got to look back at the... Yep. Yeah, I think just putting one there will be fine. Look at her trying to wash her hands. Is it cold? Okay, so now we have these alfalfa pellets that we use to feed our pigs, and we're going to sprinkle these into the soil, and we're going to put some more compost on here, and then these beds will be ready to plant. Probably plant these in early to mid-April. Okay, so we also decided while we're out here cleaning up that we're just going to take these peas off. They had endured a lot of frost damage, and I don't think they're going to produce any, and it's almost time to start planting a new set of peas. We're going to go feed these to the pigs. Okay, we're going to see if these piggies want to eat some of the peas.
They do.
I don't know. We'll see. Because they like it, I guess. Okay, y'all, I think we're about to call it quits for the day, or at least me and the kids are. And let me show y'all what we got done. By we, it was mainly Chris. So we didn't know what to do with this one panel without having to cut it, and Chris says it's no big deal to cut it, but I know it is a big deal to cut it. So we're gonna grow some cucumbers on this one. I don't know if you can tell, but it's straight up. And then we got a cattle panel put up here. Chris got one of the middle pieces here for the beans, and we got these two panels up. Oh, did you want to go ahead and try to put this one up before I leave? Okay. And then we also put one here. So we're going to do one more here in the middle, and then I'm going to get these children home and get them in the bath and get dinner started, because I think it's about 3:30. And as you can see, it's getting close to dark. So let's get this last one done and get going.